It has been. Also, like, this is a side note, and I think we're about to get into, like, our next segment. Oh, yeah. So I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
So you introduce our next segment, and then I will spit this out that I'm done to spit out.
Okay, perfect. So our next segment is called The Couple's Couch. It's our TV lineup recap. So as we mentioned in the beginning, like, we love TV. It's like what we do to, like, unwind, to chat, to have banter, to have conversation. And so we want to bring you along for that journey. So this week is going to be a little different just because we're going to kind of recap all of the shows that we've recently been watching, but then as the weeks progress, we're going to get them more in, like, a regular lineup. So, like, the day that they come out, we'll give you, like, VPR, you know, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But for now, we're going to give you a big overview. So buckle up, get ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, go. Tell me your side note, please.
Okay, my side note is, like, as I was just, like, looking over Christian Bale and his beautiful wife,
Gorgeous,
is that Kyle Richard gets cowgirl hat tattoo after addressing rumors of coming out cover with country singer Morgan Wade. And so that actually, I saw, like, a clip of the Amazon Live on TikTok, and Kyle's like, no, I'm not. So there's this rumor.
Hold on. But what is I didn't really understand.
That's what I'm getting to. Okay, I know exactly.
I was like, I'm so confused.
So the headline says rumors of coming out, I'm doing quotations around the words coming out cover with country singer. So there was this Dumois blind item sent, and it was said that it was going to be Kyle. And we talked about this a couple nights ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, is it going to be Harper's Bazaar, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we talked about that. So what it is Dumois came out with a blind item.
A blind item, okay.
Which Dumois,
they're know. Like 98% not wrong. Right, yeah.
Right, they're mostly wrong. Yeah. However.
But we love you. If you ever want us on the podcast, let us know. Just kidding.
Let us know, but don't. Actually, I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. You're right. I take it back.
Take it all back. Take it all back. Take it all back.
Yeah, we're not coming.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, she said that she was going to do this coming out cover with Morgan Wade, and it was going to be on, like, some, like, big, like, profile magazine. And so I started looking up, like, what profile magazine could it be? And, like, it's not going to be April Vogue. Like, that's wild. And then so we thought, like, maybe something else.
Vanity Fair is what we
said.
Yeah.
Maybe Harper's Bazaar. Right. Maybe something like that. A little
something
bit.
Of note, but, like, not Vogue.
Right. Like, she's not Times Person of the Year.
Or Vogue, yeah.
Yeah. So she said that that's not true on her TikTok. That she said that blind item is not for me. So I guess you all can be speculating about who else it is. And then she was like, I wonder who it is.
Oh.
Yeah. So Kyle, like, denounced the blind item on her Amazon Live where she was selling us, like, products.
She loves to do that on her Amazon Lives. Like, how much money must Amazon be paying them? Like, Amazon, call us. We will do an Amazon Live and drop some tea for
I buy stuff all the time.
No, we love you, Amazon. You're our king. We love you.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, we'd love to support you, and Lauren.
Truly, because we spend so much money on there.
Yeah, so much. But anyway, sorry, tangent.
Truly, especially with an Amazon hub down the street. Like, why would I not want to get my things
day,
delivered?
Yeah, we get it like next morning, or even same day a lot of times. True.
So I'm just like, it's so nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she has this new little country girl hat tattoo, which I honestly like.
Her love bean is distraught about all these tattoos she's continuing to do.
Her love bean is Mo. Love bean.
Love bean.
You can't keep tattooing yourself. And she's like, I can do whatever I want, Mo.
No, truly.
And under the circumstances,
truly, she can.
Why not?
I mean, he's not there 98% of the time to see her skin, so if she wants to get a neck tattoo, like, what's his name?
Off.
Like Billy's ex-boyfriend? I don't care.
But she got a cowgirl right on her.
On her neck? Oh.
Yeah. Well, she loves Aspen. So, like, I just, like, I see people, like, taking rumors immediately and being like, Morgan Wade. But Kyle is, like,
a Colorado girl.
A Colorado girl. She said it, like, I think also on her Amazon Live, that, like, she would move to Aspen in, like, 3 seconds flat. And so, like, I don't take this. Also, like, maybe this is just her bit. Like, we got to Kemosabe. Like, we saw the hats. We know they're
Did Kemosabe sponsor this tattoo?
I hope Kemosabe is paying for this tattoo. Like, Kyle's the new face of Kemo. Kyle and Kemosabe.
Yeah, Kyle has to own stock in Kemosabe at this point.
Yeah, no, like, she's, like, literally, like, this is a brand collab. This is all this is.
This is a brand deal.
They're trying to make this about, like, her and her relationship with Morgan. We don't know what's actually happening there.
No, and we won't know.
We won't know, and, you know, like, that's the thing about most of these things. So it's, like, it is fun to speculate. I do think, like, they're kind of cute together. Like, I mean, it looks like a mother and daughter, honestly.
Yeah.
I look at them and I'm like,
she's
where's
taking her daughter to college.
Right,
I
know.
Sweet.
Is this actually the story? Like, I'm like,
maybe she's educating this girl. We don't know. Maybe she's like, yeah.
We don't know. We know that she's, like, her producer doing a documentary, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I think Kyle's hat's actually more about, like, leaning into the bit.
Oh.
Do I think she's...
That's a story for another day.
That's a story for another day. But no, I do think they, whether they're together or not, I think this has more to do about Aspen and Kyle, like, really leading into the bit that she's not going to be in Beverly Hills forever.
Yeah. Well, there's no Housewives franchise here, so it's time for her to take a break, in my opinion.
I agree. I think she needs to Candy Burrows it. Honestly, would love one more season, though, because there's been a lot of unraveling. So I agree. Unpopular opinion, I think Lisa Rinna should have stayed on one more season, and the ladies should have, like, held her accountable and gave it to her. I don't know if we would have been able to sit through it. Maybe she just needs to be like a 7 out of the 12 episodes kind of thing. But I think the same thing for Kyle. Like, she's not giving us the most juice.
No.
But I would love to. Kyle's giving us the most juice.
But she did try to defend herself at the reunion whenever Dorit or whoever said that about
That's
her.
coming out next week.
Sorry.
No. Well, it's on the headlines. It's like on the trailers.
I thought I spoiled something.
No.
But no, it was Sutton. And then, yes.
Sutton's like, you have a horse and a dating coach.
Right, that's what she said to Sutton. And she's like, I've shown you everything. I've, like, basically torn apart my family for this show, which she has.
So I'm saying, like, Kyle could, like, use a break. But I would love to see just one more season of her, like, talking about it. But after seeing her last confessional, like, honestly, it was really hard to, like, just see her, like, break down and cry and go, like, I can't do this. Or, like, she said something of that.
It was something to that effect, yeah, for sure. And I agree. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Speaking of other people that can't handle things.
Who?
Lindsay Hubbard.
Oh, gosh. Lindsay Hubbard.
Lindsay Hubbard has come, and she has a nice little headline about her ex, Carl.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're fine. So, she watched back this week's episode, is kind of what I gathered from the episode.
Yeah.
Or from the read, from the article.
Or, like, she watched it back recently.
Yeah, maybe not this week.
She was prepared with her PRs. Lindsay PR Hubbard.
Lindsay's... She's not even in PR anymore, right? You told me she's just an influencer.
Yeah, she's just an influencer, like, overall. And, like, that's literally what it says. And I don't say just an influencer. Like, I know that's, like, so much work and yada, yada, yada. And...
Also, don't cry for me, Argentina. Yeah, we get it.
And so so after this show came out the other day, her story, her Instagram story, not just her story, let me clarify.
Her IG story.
Her IG story said, after watching back this week's episode, I wish I would have used better wording. I was emotional and hurt by what had transpired earlier that night and what was meant to be a private conversation at home with one of my best girlfriends. And who's home? I haven't finished yet.
Who's home?
I have never questioned his sobriety before this moment, and from day one, I was his biggest supporter. I have always been transparent on the feelings, yada, 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 yada. So, basically, she's saying that she was at home with her friend. No, she wasn't. She does not pay rent in that home. That is not her home.
Right.
That is a fully cammed house. We know that is a fully cammed house.
Well, and she's mic'd up. You're on a show.
Right. Like, don't. She should have just been going, clip,
clip. And then she had the nerve to say, she told Gabby Prescott, like, didn't she say, like, she
Justice for Gabby.
Right.
She needs to get out of that relationship.
That's not a good throuple. We've seen that happen between Carl, Lindsay, and Danielle last season. It didn't end well. So, Gabby, get out.
Gabby, get out. You're a gem. We love you.
We love you, Gabby Prescott. But anyway, so, like, she tried to throw Gabby, like, low, or, like, tried to throw production under the bus and say, like, she didn't know that she was being recorded. And to your point, like, ridiculous because you're on a show, you're mic'd up. Shut up. Like, don't try to spin this narrative to us, Lindsay Hubbard, like the queen of spin.
And if you don't know what I said, like, if our mom's listening to this.
Hi, moms.
Lindsay was engaged to Carl Radke, one of her longtime, like, they've been engaged, but they've been, like, long-time really good friends.
Yeah.
Like, have always been tight. They've been on this show together for years. Has Carl been on since the beginning? I don't think Carl's been on.
Near the beginning, but no, I don't know the beginning.
And Lindsay's been on since the beginning, like, for sure.
Yeah.
But they've known each other for forever. And they got engaged quickly. And it's not turning out well.
It's not ending well.
They're broken up.
But the fact...
But she called him.
Yeah, let's
get to the point
to the main subject for me. The fact that she had the audacity to call him Cocaine Carl?
And say this is very reminiscent of Carl on cocaine. Yeah. And, like, why are we bringing that up? In front of... Okay.
And to be fair, I do love alliteration.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine Carl...
Hilarious.
But
it's not funny.
If he has struggled with his sobriety and cocaine, like, to now use that against him is sick. It is disgusting.
It is.
Like, I can't, like, Carl, you're already out of this, thank goodness, but, like, that is not the person you want to marry. Like, if someone's going to weaponize something against you whenever they're Lushy Lindsay, drunk.
Right, don't we call her Lushy Lindsay?
Right.
She's, like, constantly drunk.
I've never, well, I can't say I've never seen her sober. I don't know. But, like, yeah, she seems to be
we've seen
drunk
her sober.
for most of the show.
Yeah.
And it seems to make her agitated and mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to say crazy stuff to you, Carl. So, honestly, good thing you got out, bud.
Truly. Well, and, like, my second thing is, like, Lindsay, we don't see Lindsay sober very often. We have seen her sober on Winter House when she was first dating Carl. And Lindsay had never looked better.
Yeah. Because she wasn't drinking.
She wasn't drinking. She was so clear-minded. She was having conversations. She was still, like, doing her Lindsay of, like, changing the narrative. But honestly, a lot of that narrative is for Austin Kroll. And, like, I just don't care. I'm like, Austin's, like, literally, like, gun on the shoe.
Ugh.
Like, energy. Like, would love to talk to him. But, yeah, like, he gives, like, big gun on the shoe.
Beers and whatever podcast, we love you.
Yeah, we do. We love Craig Conover. We love the second part of that duo, Pillows and Beers.
Oh, but, that's what it is, Pillows and Beers.
But, yeah, no, I don't like that. And, like, going back to what your point is, like, if you think that your partner...
Yeah.
Who has... Let's get into it. His brother has passed away.
Right.
From his own
struggles, yeah.
Like, and just, like, his own, like, addiction. And that was, like, so hard. We watched Carl go through that.
Right.
We watched Carl come back from that. Like,
and Lindsay was an important part of that. Like,
Lindsay
she
was
rode
there
for him during that moment. And like,
so, like, this is life or death for Carl, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it is life and death for Carl's sobriety, of, like, being able to take care of himself. He is so deeply affected by this from his own family.
Right.
And so, like, if this is, like, us... Sure. And say there was, like, an issue, and I came to you on camera, yelling at you the next morning, calling you Cocaine Carl, would you think, like, is that the, like, back to that, like, that's not the person I want to marry.
That's not who I'm riding
that's
for the rest of my life.
That's the person that, like, we get in the car and, like, we leave.
Well, you run. Yeah, you pack your bag and go.
And, like, well, no, like, if I think you're having a hard time, or, like, if I was having a hard time, like, wouldn't you, like, try and confront them off camera and get them into help?
No, of course.
Get them into rehab. Get them into a wellness center. Get them into something. I'm not going to, like, stay filming on camera with you. No. And she knows how much everything is on camera, because we saw at the end of all these people, like, connecting or being drained or bonded by all the riffraff that's happening in the house. We saw Kyle and Amanda hold hands for the first time. They've been arguing. Because
they were having issues at the beginning of this episode.
They're struggling, and they, like, bonded, and we saw that of, like, the camera hold at the end, and it's, like, the dark. Summer House is always being filmed.
Yeah.
It is part of the allure of the show. It's how we get some of our wildest moments. And, I don't care that she said something in the car. I think Lindsay is feeling extremely insecure.
Listen, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, extremely insecure. Like, she wants to... It's just like Lindsay is always needs control. Like, she has to control the narrative. She has to control the story. Like, and it's not going to work in a relationship, and it's clearly not going to work for Carl. And to that we say...
We just say good. You need to take care of yourself. And to Lindsay, I hope you, like, also get help. But Carl, I'm glad you're free. I'm excited to finish.
I'm glad you're free.
I'm glad you get to, like, finish, like, seeing what's out there in life, Carl.
Yeah.
I do think Lindsay is Summer House, though.
Okay.
I know that you think Kyle is Summer House. I think they're both Summer House. Say what you're thinking, though. I cut you off.
Well, no, you didn't. You're fine. I just think that, like you said, Kyle to me is more like fun. Like, he brings the party, and, like, that's what you want in a Summer House. Yeah. Like, you're
Lindsay
there to
brings
party.
The chaos.
And Lindsay brings drama and chaos, and people, like, get tight around her because she makes them feel uncomfortable. And, like, that's not the way I want to be in my Summer House. So I'm just saying, like, if I was filming Summer House, I would say, I don't want to film scenes with Lindsay. But Kyle Cook, me and that man, we'd be mulleting around town. We'd be having the best time.
Yeah. Hopefully you can help Kyle talk to Amanda.
And he could use some communication skills, and I would be happy to coach him up for money, because this is a job, not a charity, Kyle. You have to pay me, and no degree, but all of our advice comes from the heart and not the head. But we love you.
But no, seriously. And then I do think Lindsay is like, okay, so you know in the movie Hercules.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so...
Like the cartoon version, right?
The cartoon version. My favorite Hercules.
Is there another version?
The actual myth, like Greek mythology.
No, I meant like TV or movie version.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think that Disney came up with this bomb, like, idea about Hercules.
So Disney is always Dinzy instead of Gen Z. Disney, I feel like is always ripping off people.
Oh, well, that's fair. That's actually factually true, too.
Actually, factually. But I think, like, Kyle is, like, viewed as Zeus in Summer House,
as Zeus?
Like he's like the main guy. He's like rah rah.
Why can't he be the fun? Isn't there a fun fat one? I know.
A cherub.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he's like, he literally has like the wine and like all of the fruits. Like I think of Kyle as that. Like he brings the bounty. He's always there with his summer boy, or what's it called, lover boy.
Lover boy.
In this case, we don't even remember.
And he should have a bounty from everything he's working for per
right.
Amanda.
Yeah, no, I know. And he's sending emails at 3 a.m. like good night. Like, and even if you're talking to someone in like a different part of the country or the world, like put that shit on scheduled. Like, I don't need to be I need to be asleep at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I need to be asleep. I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
I gotta go to bed. Yeah.
I like, you heard it earlier. REM sleep, need it. Like,
gotta have it.
Type 5. There we go, right there. Yeah, but Lindsay's like, it's showtime. Lindsay comes in like, Hades like, it's showtime.
It's
2 thumbs
showtime.
up, which I think I'm mixing up the mask and whatever.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
they're
it doesn't
similar
matter.
characters.
Yeah, but anyways, Lindsay comes in like popping off.
Okay, but you think Lindsay should stay? I think Lindsay should go.
I think Lindsay should go. I just don't know the show without Lindsay. I think they need a full like recast. Like they're getting a little old. They're getting a little sleepy. I know they're out partying right now, but
yeah. No, I feel that. I feel like we should also at the end of each of these like say who we think should go. Like we've done for the last 2, because that's
yes.
So I think Lindsay should go. Who do you think should go from Summer House?
Realistically?
Sure.
Realistically?
No, just in your perfect world. Don't give me
like in my perfect world, who should go?
Yeah.
I think the new Jesse should go and bring back Andrea.
No fair. I
love Andrea.
Yeah.
He is such a cute, but I know he's engaged and all
and
that
would
stuff.
Be problematic.
Because I would also say, like, I think it's time for, this is super controversial, Kyle and Amanda to go. Kyle and Amanda are tired.
They're tired, and Kyle's like 40 and has a full job. And
I think he's going to be 41 this summer, or he is 41 last summer. The summer we're seeing, he's 41.
Right.
He had a full-time job. Amanda, they're talking about, like, wanting kids. Like, I don't know. I love
and they
Paige.
should pop in. I don't think that they should be gone. I agree with you. I just don't think they should be there every weekend. They should be there for big weekends, like 4th of July. And
right.
like
They are the
closing
OGs.
weekend.
Like, they started the
weekend.
camp. They're the camp counselors.
Literally, they should come to opening and closing ceremonies. It's the Olympics now.
Yeah, like literally opening, closing ceremonies. And I also think that they should honestly just have a city, like in this, like a show, like in the city. I think that was already called the city. I think that was like Whitneyport, yada yada yada. MTV days.
I see her on the Daily Mail. It's not good.
It's not good. But I will say, like, they used to have a show like that, but I think they should have a show following them in the city. I actually want to see the work they're doing. I think it's really interesting and fun to watch. So
okay, well, fun. No, I agree. So I like that. So did you? Okay, Jesse. Yes, I love that. I love that take. We're getting rid of Jesse.
Yeah, because I really like West.
You said something really hilarious last night. So we were watching Potomac on the couch, per usual, and you said this episode should be titled, "Why do we we should never let Robin plan trips."
That squeezes us right into Potomac.
And that is the overarching theme for this trip to the Dominican Republic. So they were on day 2 and 3 last night. Spoiler alerts ahead, obviously.
Spoiler alert. Like, they didn't do anything.
Well, yeah, the no spoiler alerts.
The spoiler is that there's no spoil of like that Robin did not spoil these ladies. And here's the thing: they don't pay for the trips. I don't think, right?
Well,
so like, is it like lack of planning? Like, is it just Robin's? Like, that's Robin's idea of a good time
and maybe
of doing mini golf with her. Like that was an activity for her sons. Like that would be so fun to do with your kids. It's like mini golfing. Like she was planning this with like was this like a fail trip with Juan? And she already just had like
she just like had the resort and was like, okay, great.
And then she's like, that's why we'll do sex questions.
No, wait, true.
Like, was it just a fail trip with Juan and the boys?
Probably. Well, I don't know if she had sex questions with the boys. Maybe just
no. That's what I'm saying. She like made up the questions on the
on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Then she was like, everybody text me a question that you want to ask.
But her trips, yeah. Even Andy, like on Watch What Happens Live the other night. Who was on? Do you remember whenever? It was Michelle Collins and Paige DeSorbo.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they were there, and at the very end, I think, like, you know, he does like a jackhole, and she wasn't his jackhole, but it said something about Robin planning trips, and it was like shade. It was so funny.
Yeah, Robin should not be allowed to plan trips.
She shouldn't be allowed to plan trips, and
she can be the face of the trip, but production knew better.
The only drama I really felt from last night's episode was Vernon Davis.
Oh, Jesus
Mr. Vernon Davis. I'm like, he's a hot commodity in the Potomac
area. What has happened in the Potomac, Baltimore, Greater Maryland, DC area? Vernon Davis is hot piece of slinging on the top.
Vernon Davis, wow. Yeah, Karen, that was literally...
I love seeing Karen's ruffles feathered. Feathered ruffle. I don't know what it is.
Whenever she was interrogating Ashley at that lunch...
Yeah.
She was like, what have you and Vernon done? And then her lips get pursed. I was like, oh my gosh.
Karen is dreaming about Vernon, and now she's going to be dreaming about
Well,
Vernon
she said-
and Ashley.
Well, she said he made her thigh smaller. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, question mark.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like,
Are you using the thigh master? What's
I'm
happening?
like, what is happening, Karen? Where is Ray?
Where is Ray?
Where is Ray whenever Vernon Davis is making your thighs smaller? It's
Where is
really
the Black
question.
Bill Gates?
Where is Mr. Bill Gates? Exactly.
Yes. God bless that institution.
The institution
Of
could
Ray and
never
Karen.
be shaken. It is a firm foundation, and we won't hear hearsay about Vernon Davis. I'm sorry that I said it.
And if you
Karen.
don't know what we're talking about, take it back 2 seasons where Karen had her anniversary party talking about the institution during the same time that I think there was like alleged like divorce rumors happening.
And like
and raise tax problems.
tax issues.
So
yeah,
like I
it's-
mean, pay your taxes, get an
But I
accountant.
do love Karen, and that's my problem.
Karen's
but
my
I
favorite.
don't like that behavior, obviously.
No, I don't like that.
And like, but Karen is one of the funniest comedians we have on Bravo. Like you said, especially whenever she gets ruffled. Like,
like bring back Sheree Jackson Jordan because Karen gets
it looks
so
like
ruffled.
that's gonna happen.
Oh, Karen's gonna get so mad.
It
Like
looks-
that's the episode to watch of the
Okay,
season.
yeah.
Probably it wasn't. And also, why
What?
did we have last night? I was having this thought, and I didn't have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
Was that like we were like in Austin for 17 episodes. This season
We
only
were
has
actually-
15 episodes, and we were in Austin for 17. That tells you how much of nothing they did in the Dominican
And Austin
Republic
is a
with
big
Don't Let Robin
podcast
Do It.
place, so we love Austin. Wink, wink.
Right.
But
That's a joke.
that's a joke between friends. And so Austin. Yeah, they were there for 24 years. You're right.
Yeah,
and
we had
then,
like 4 episodes and then 2
and then
episodes
we got
of the
2
Dominican.
episodes, but they were only in the Dominican for 3 days. It looked like.
Yeah, but still, like.
But they didn't do anything, so they didn't have anything to film. And then
My
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, my other thought was like 70% of the episode they filmed at night.
And we couldn't see.
We couldn't see. I'm like, is this the last season of Game of Thrones? No thanks. Nobody wanted that.
Yeah, like once again, talking about like the Dark Knight, talking about like Robin Pattinson, talking about like the dark screen of it all. Like, can we not?
The dark screen of it all.
Can we not just like put a little lighting in there? Like maybe go to Lightroom before giving us the film and just like lighten it up a little bit.
That's a good podcast episode name. The dark screen of it all.
Like truly, like it is. Just the dark screen of it all.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
so
well,
Potomac was something.
It was something. It kind of delivered towards the end. The Vernon Davis was the most interesting thing, I would say.
No,
the
I
biggest
agree.
takeaway.
Do you want to talk about what I want to talk about? My girl.
Yes. I know you're chomping at the bit. Let's talk.
I'm chomping at the bit. I've been waiting for this all day. I've actually been waiting for this for months because I love Lala Kent. I'm a Lala Kent stan. I am not standing her right now in this season. I think she's being a little like, LOL.
She's kind of bringing like some.
She's been okay. Lala's been to therapy. Lala's been putting in the work.
Yeah,
like that's what you can see of this season of how she's attacked people, and she's shared. I think this is all a build up. Lala's like, I can't be this hard. Lala knows she's about to go through a baby.
Yeah,
and Lala Kent is pregnant.
Woo, woo, woo.
And I'm seeing everybody on going like, who's her whatchamacallit now? Like her
dad?
gold digger. That's what they're basically calling her, like a gold digger.
Why?
Like who's that? Because of
They
like
think
the
that-
whole Randall situation. And she's like, who's financing this baby? And she's like,
Me.
nobody, me. And she's been
Literally.
talking about this for a while. So if you're a Lala Kent person, you listen to Give Them Lala. If you have time in your day like me. She has been talking about this journey for a while, and she went through an IUI journey. She found out
that? Do you know what that
IUI. Okay, so it's
or what it does, or like what
it's
the
technically like she doesn't like this word either. I heard her talking about it this morning because I listened to part of her
Because when you
podcast.
said that, I honestly thought IUD, and that's opposite.
No.
Yeah,
IUI. So basically, she did like artificial insemination, and she had it like directly put in her at the doctor's office. She went to like a fertility specialist.
Okay.
It's something she wanted to do because she's like, I don't see any men out here. I want to give Ocean, her daughter, a sibling. She was like, I don't want her to like have to live and grow up alone. She's like, that's like.
So,
She's like,
as an
I
only
love my
child, I
brother.
love that.
Yeah, like you're an
that's
only
so
child,
sweet.
you get it.
Yeah.
And so she did like IUI,
Right.
which I'll look up exactly what that's called because I don't know.
Is it, and this is maybe not the right question, but like, I wonder if it's like, I know that they say like fertility stuff is pricey,
Intrauterine insemination. It is
but is
less
this
expensive.
like less expensive? Okay,
It
that's
is
what I
less
was gonna ask.
expensive, but like here's the thing: like she wasn't so like when we think about like I think. I don't know. I'm not educated enough on all of it.
Well, that's fine.
But
Yeah,
like,
we're not
she
doctors.
went into definitely not doctors. But she went in and she had the procedure at a fertility place. She like talked about her general care doctor for a while. Went and had the procedure at a fertility place. And they basically just like inseminate you. Like IUI is part of his insemination.
Oh.
So it's intrauterine insemination, IUI.
IUI.
The U is uterine.
Uterine. Okay, cool.
The ute is uterine.
Uterine.
But it helps get women pregnant if they choose to like go that route, and she did. And so she found out she was pregnant on December 22nd.
I was gonna say, you told me she found out she was pregnant December of last year.
So that's she is like several months along.
Yeah.
She went in for the procedure, and she said like the uncomfortable part was like when you're like having sex with a partner to get like pregnant, they're like, people don't just go, did it take? And people were messaging her like, do you think it took? Like, what happened?
Gosh, that's
and
funny.
like, that's so like, yeah, like what an awkward thing. And she was like, actually, you can go listen to her podcast and hear all this, but I can just give you the quick
Give them
slip.
Lala, or you can
give
just
them
listen to
Yeah,
us.
you could give them KB. And
yeah,
she can give them
stream.
KB highlights. And those highlights were that Lala was like, she was headed to Palm Springs that day.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to do it in Palm Springs. Sheena's going to be there.
Shishu, love her.
Shishu.
Really,
I love how much that they're friends. They both have been dying for friendship.
I'm already going to delete Shishu, even over Tom Shorts. Just kidding.
No,
you're right.
No, Shishu is the reason we have a show. I have to say, she is the Kyle of it.
Her?
But let's get back to real quick.
Sorry.
Let me say please. She said that on the podcast that she was going to do it in Palm Springs, but she decided not to because Palm Springs is her Zen place and she didn't want to be discouraged. So she tested, and she was like, I tested and immediately came up 2 yellow lines, and she was like, oh, it's real. It is real. And so she's kept it close, and the second person she told was Stassi Schroeder.
Really?
Yeah, her and Stassi are actually really close.
I was going to say, because I think Stassi's pregnant too, so that makes sense.
Do you think Stassi's pregnant?
Oh, is she not?
She just had a baby.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stassi
she
just had a baby boy.
But like whenever you see that energy of like something that you
Mm-hmm.
want, like that's nice that you would like share that with someone that
you're close with,
that you're
and
close
like also
with,
like
that has already experienced that recently.
And they have toddlers that are about the same age. Like Hartford and Ocean are about the same age, and they literally like use each other. I was like, Hartford goes pee in the potty, and like that's what makes Ocean go, or like
that's sweet.
Ocean does this Hartford, and like they like try and like use that leverage. I'm like, yeah, scam the kids.
Scam them. Agreed. Trick them.
So yeah, Lala Kent is pregnant.
Lala Kent is pregnant. That is cool.
Stunning. She said she's been walking around looking like she had a beer belly, so she's been like looking wild.
Or she's so like small anyways,
Yeah,
like in stature, right? Like I don't think she's very tall.
Yeah, and she's like small in stature, and like just like her whole physical size is teensy.
Right.
So Lala Kent is pregnant, and she found out on December 22nd, and we're so excited for her.
We're so happy for her.
I think we're gonna see a little bit of the journey on season 11 per her. I think talking to the doctors, finding out like what are the processes, and so
cool.
I think we're gonna see a little bit of that because I think they didn't finish filming until when's Lala's birthday? Hold on, I'll tell you. They finished filming right around Lala's birthday at San Francisco trip.
I'm trying to even remember what happened on the most recent episode. Do you recall?
Honestly, it's been a flop. It came up Lala Anthony. We also stand Lala Anthony.
Lala Anthony. Are we? We do.
I do. I stand her
BFF.
because well, you know what, Lala. If you don't know, okay, Lala Kent is who we're talking
Kim's
about.
BFF, right? Is that
she's Kim's BFF. Yeah. But Lala Anthony, if you haven't listened to her Call Her Daddy episode, like sharing about it, Lala is a hustler. Both of these Lalas are hustlers.
She is.
But Lala Anthony's such a hustler. She like lied to a radio show and said she was like 18, went and got a fake ID.
Love.
So she could like bring in money. She needed to take care of herself. She was taking care of her family. She had to work and she had hustle. And so I just have pause to respect that this woman like
respect Lala.
Respect. I have so much respect
but
for
you know
her.
what I
always
say?
had. Yeah. Go ahead. September 2nd. They finished filming in September.
Okay.
So I think we'll get to see because she probably did her IUI in like November. So September, November aren't that far apart. So I think we'll get to see a little bit of the journey.
Okay, cool.
And what were you going to share?
I don't know. I think I lost my thought.
I'm so sorry.
No, no worries. No, it's fine. It's been a flop, but like, there's been how many episodes? Maybe like of VPR?
I think we're on episode 4.
4. Okay, yeah.
Episode 4 or 5. So it just hasn't been that great.
I don't even know what happened.
They went to the lake. They heard to the lake.
Lake Tahoe is beautiful.
Hippie.
Like,
do we think Lisa actually? Do you think
Graham's conspiracy?
Do you think Graham and Hippie are like not real?
Okay, did everyone please put on their tinfoil hats for this moment? But
tinfoil hat moment. Correct. Did Lisa?
Lisa does love dog drama. Loosey goosey apple juicy. Like least we not forget.
Yeah, she does, and she's been riding so hard for Sandoval that and she loves the men of the show. So did she want to give something back to James?
Yeah.
She loves the men. We don't see her riding hard for Ariana. That sandwich shop's not open.
Oh, that's it's not. The last we were there.
We saw the sandwich shop. The patio's gone.
Yeah, the patio's gone.
The rollout's gone. I know they talked about permits. They talked about the permits on the last episode.
The windows had like
boarded them.
Not boarded. That
like,
sounds bad. No, it was like butcher block paper. You know, like that brown paper.
They're covered, which I guess is fair.
But I could still see in. Like I could see some of.
There's butcher block paper above the people above us as when they were doing renovation.
I could still see some of like their plates and things, but yeah, and their chandeliers, but yeah, we'll see if it opens. I'm sure it will. Hopefully it will. But like, I'm like, has the hype going back to like the Rihanna of it all? Like, how long can you have a sandwich shop that isn't open? Just like, and then they're gonna talk all that mad stuff about
Tom and them.
I understand because theirs looked fully open too. But I'm like, I don't understand rent in LA or like business permits in LA.
I don't understand anything. LA, California is so difficult in general. Like California Teachers Association is difficult. California Restaurant Association is mostly difficult. Their patio apparently had to be like taken up because of like permits. Like something happened. Like they had to remove the patio.
That's
like,
so wild.
And I think they might have even told us that in the last episode, but it was such a snooze fest that like I couldn't make it through.
Okay, well
like, I think I fell asleep.
I've turned a corner. I'm fully back on the girls' side. Like hopefully it opens soon.
I do hope it opens soon. Also, like, I love a sandwich. Like, what more do I love between two pieces of bread than, like, some delicious, like, sausage and cheese and meat? So, like, I, like, nothing would make me happier than to be able to go to the sandwich shop when somebody pays for me to go to LA.
Yeah, facts. Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Honestly, last thing I want to say is that Katie Maloney looks like she was just on a cruise. She looks amazing. Like,
who was she? Was she with anyone?
She's
from the
with
cast?
Dana. No, she's with Dana, who used to be on the cast. You don't remember her. You've told me that before, that you don't remember Dana.
No idea who she is.
Sheena did something really weird with Dana. It was just like trying to bring in like a psychic when like I think Dana's like mom passed away, and she was like, "I'm not ready for that. Like, please don't do that." And then like it was like this whole awkward like scene. That's like the only vivid memory I have of Dana. But Dana was like actually like a real professional. She does so messy.
I'm like she always oversteps and like does the most.
She does.
And usually I think comes from a good place because I think honestly Sheena is like a nice, genuine person. I don't know her at all that clearly. But, like, from the vibe I get, I think she always gets the worst edit, which is probably fair because she low-key annoys me, too. And I would probably give her the worst edit if I was a producer. But, again, I still think she's nice. And
she's the reason we have the show.
Yeah.
Take it back circa...
Who are you deleting from the show?
Who am I deleting from the show?
Sandoval, right?
Yeah, Sandoval, like, he just has no accountability.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine. I think everybody would get on along with the show. I think the same thing that's happening with... Candace and Wendy not filming with Giselle in Potomac, that's making it hard to watch, kind of boring. Like, they're not willing to film, like, in other things. The same thing with, like, Tom and... Which is fair. Like, that whole thing was weird with Potomac. Like, you know, I do have to say, it's, like, it's awkward. It's awkward. I don't know the right answer. But you're on a TV show.
Right.
But, like, same thing with, like, this whole Sandoval thing. I get Ariana, like, not wanting to film with him.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's hard because I'm also, like, a ride or die of, like... my girl's not talking to him, I'm not talking to him.
Yeah.
But also time passed and producers are saying you need to get up and work.
Get up and work, yeah.
So, like, nobody wants to work anymore is like what the producers seem like they're telling Lala and Sheena, and they're like, you better get up and work.
Okay.
You better go talk. And so it looks like Ariana has said so far in this season that Lala makes good TV.
She does.
And so I wonder if they're in like their own truce of like, you know what, like, yeah, like I have to do this for producers because you won't.
Yeah.
Because Ariana's not going to do it. She shouldn't have to. But she does live in the house with the man, I will say. And that type of tension, I just could not. I couldn't.
No,
I couldn't. Even if we own the home together,
just for like the mental state.
I couldn't. I feel like I just feel it in my bones.
Yeah, and to feel like.
But on the other side.
What?
When I have a vendetta.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna win.
No, that's fair.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. No.
And so. There's just a lot. There's a lot.
There is a lot. What did you think about the Beverly Hills reunion? Was this part 2?
Hold on, I have to like yawn through it because that's about where we are.
Right, it's true they've given us nothing. All yawn in solidarity.
Beverly Hills is not giving me much.
That's actually true.
Beverly Hills hasn't given me much. I liked the preview that we talked about earlier for Beverly Hills. Like, even when we were just talking about like Kyle and like the tattoo of it all. Is that Kyle does confront Sutton in the trailer. and saying like, I've given everything. What have you given? Your horse Santos and your dating coach?
Yeah.
And like also, like, do we not see the fine print? Like, if you didn't get on TikTok every day like I did and see the fine print of Sutton's divorce settlement, it's that Sutton cannot get like remarried.
Right.
So of course she's not going to take any of this seriously. But people are like, what are you doing? Also, if Christian's down the street from me, like her ex, like apparently he was living down the street, now he's going to live in Paris, which sounds horrible, actually.
Well, they've tried to, with Sutton, like, speaking on Sutton, like, they've tried to sell us the storyline of her store, still are, and that's
Did the Bravo
fine.
pay for that store, too? Is this
No,
a Teddy Mellencamp original?
Yeah, no, I don't think this is, like, a Teddy Mellencamp where they, like, made up a fake career for her, because...
And now she's, like, multi-MLMing all kinds of women out of money.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
Yeah, so I don't know. I lost my thought again. Oh, she's not really giving us anything.
No.
What would we ask from Sutton? I do love that she gives us wealth.
Sutton is a little messy.
Sutton is a little messy. Her and Garcelle are messy together. Like, I like them filming together. So give us that. Give us wealth. I didn't like seeing her buying those sapphire earrings because honestly, I thought they were ugly.
They weren't even that pretty.
And you're going to spend $70,000 on ugly earrings? Okay.
I would say Sutton has all the money in the world, but she is missing style.
Yeah. And she has good pieces. She has good, like... I mean, you know, like Dior sends her a crown every year.
No, it's what I'm saying. She has beautiful pieces, but pieces and putting together an outfit
or someone.
Are two different Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah.
She's a Dolce & Gabbana queen.
Yeah.
And she loves Dolce & Gabbana. But no, pieces and being able to curate an outfit are two different things.
Very different things.
And like, so Sutton's dress for the reunion. Honestly, I think it's a velvet. It's a blue, deep velvet dress, but it has a flower on the neck. Yeah. And that to me just looks so childish.
Well, it was the chain, too. I didn't like the chain. I don't know.
Like, do that same dress with, like, a satin, like, piece, or, like, a velvet. Like, something that matches the dress that goes with it. Put that hair back. Show us your beautiful, tiny little collarbone.
Right.
And, like, become a style. Like, style. So, because Sutton does give us wealth. Sutton gives us drama. I love seeing Sutton like kerfuffled, like name them, like that's like the most memorable moment from this season. Besides your favorite Erica Jane.
Oh, Merce was in the purse.
like
I honestly backed that scene up 400 times.
Yeah,
it was so good. But
I have to say
Merce is our family basically because his last name's Cunningham.
Merce Cunningham was in the purse.
Merce was in the purse.
But yeah, like Erica gave us the best thing. But no, I just say Sutton gives us wealth.
Yeah,
Sutton does give us drama.
Yeah, true.
Sutton and Garcelle are they're bestie pairs that I think they like.
I like them together.
They're great friends, and I think Garcelle is like definitely holding Sutton a little bit more accountable this season, which I appreciate. I wish that wasn't like Garcelle's job to hold her accountable, but you are who you're friends with. You have to hold your friends accountable.
That's true.
Like we're telling Schwartz he needs to hold Tom Sandoval accountable because he was in the middle of it. I don't think Garcelle's like all in the midst of like they didn't do anything wrong really, Garcelle and Sutton, and it's different accountability pieces, but she does like hold Sutton accountable or like raises her eyebrows at her, and I love a good Garcelle moment. Yeah. Garcelle should never leave the show. But if I could have somebody leave the show right now, I think I think your point on the miscast. Do you want to talk about the miscast?
Oh yeah. If I could recast the season in any way, like if
you could bring on one new person.
And bring on one new person, it would be Cynthia Bailey. Because they already had her there filming for most of the season. She was at Kyle's Wheat Dinner. She was at the White Party. She was somewhere else, wasn't she?
I think so.
And some other drama ensued. But instead you gave us Anne-Marie.
Yeah, and Anne-Marie is, like, categorically successful. And, like, she's this, that, and the other, but we know Cynthia. Cynthia's funny. Cynthia.
Yeah, we wouldn't, you just, like, you don't have to introduce us to her. So that's nice. Like, it's easy on our eyes as viewers. Like, we already have a connection to Cynthia because we loved her in Atlanta. I mean, like, towards the end, she did get a little boring, but...
She was dating that Mike guy. So, like, how could she not be, like... Let's say we've seen all of Cynthia's, like, we've seen Cynthia go through health troubles. We've seen Cynthia raise her daughter. We've seen Cynthia with her first husband navigating co-parenting with Peter. So, like, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, no, so I do wish that I would axe Anne-Marie, but I would bring on Cynthia Bailey in that instance for Beverly Hills.
Every time I hear Peter, I don't actually think of Nene Leakes. I think of Glozell, Peter in the Park.
No, that's fair. That's a strong correlation.
Yeah, I always think about Peter in the Park, and that's why I said Peter that way.
I wonder which one came first.
Peter
we'll have to see.
Probably Glozell.
No, I was going to say.
We were in high school.
I was going to say, I think Glozell, so maybe Nene took that from her.
Yeah, no, but I love Cynthia Bailey. She rides for us. She has given us so much content.
No, you're right.
Like her daughter, like we watched like the homeschool debacle to her going to I think college to the whole Mike engagement, and then like her and Mike got like they're divorced now, and she was living in LA. She knows the LA scene. Her and Kyle are good friends. Like they're like actual friends, and I think that's the one of the biggest difference that we see of like we do love and know Cynthia Bailey, but her and Kyle are friends.
Yeah,
like they like genuinely talk to each other, and like I think they have a bond over like being like real OG housewives.
Yep.
And I think that could have brought a lot to the table. And like honestly,
they did a girls trip together. I think
maybe
I feel like they did, but I don't know.
I can't remember, but I love Cynthia, and I think they should have brought on her. I would definitely. So I love. Uncontroversial opinion. I like Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal.
But if you don't pay attention to the way Crystal fights, she fights underwater. You don't see her. You don't see Crystal's fighting. Yeah. And it's good, but it's also like Crystal brings us wealth. But honestly, I just wish she brought us a little bit more like drama to work with. Crystal gives jabs, but no real. But she doesn't like elaborate. Buzz. She doesn't give us but she said that she doesn't want to argue like that, and I'm just like, well, I don't know if this is for you. Yeah. And then like my stand of the season. Who? Oh, Erica Jane.
Wow, she's had quite the arc, huh?
She has had quite the arc, and you know what? Like she's in another like lawsuit. Like the court
we
ruled.
hate to hear that.
Yeah, the court ruled that she should be fined for. She should be fined, or not fined. The court ruled that she has to go through that thing with the people in The Housewife and The Hustler. So if you watch The Housewife and The Hustler, you can see about all the costume pieces.
Yeah,
and
with
like,
the man.
With like her costume company, and then she said like that was all fraud. It came out that like American Express, the government, and her and Tom are like in cahoots all together.
Yeah,
so
that
like
was interesting.
So like it's gonna be an interesting another ride for Erica, but she came with the funnies this year.
She did.
We saw how like world educated she was at those dinners of just like knowing all these different things, and we're just like, oh, she does like Erica. Yeah, so Erica really served this season.
She did.
And honestly, when she came back, I was living for her performance at the white party.
Oh, it was great.
I like got up and danced with her.
Yeah,
like
she's back.
So yeah,
she's back, and yeah, I love that. So our next little but our next show we want to chat about, but briefly, is Survivor. We're gonna. It just started back up, right? Last week was the first episode, and I think this Thursday we get a new one. Or is that true? I don't know.
No, we get a new one, and I think one of the biggest missed opportunities was not including some of Destiny's Child's Survivor.
Obviously.
Like.
No, definitely.
Not gonna give up. I did a dance to that song in Girl Scouts. It was one of my finer performances.
Was that to help sell Girl Scout cookies?
No, it was because I had to go to Survivor camp, and so we
had pay for Survivor camp.
No, not to pay for it. It's because we were going, and everybody had to have an act at the end of it. Like everybody had. Okay. So we danced to the song Survivor.
So fun. Yeah, because you were at Survivor camp.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And I was terrified. They were like, "You have to eat a bug," and I was like,
"I'm not doing that."
Well, it was like a fake bug, but I literally cried. I literally cried tears.
No. I would refuse.
I was like,
"Did you do it?
Yes.
Did you do it?"
It was like a gummy bear, but
Did you do it?
Yes.
Oh, it was just a gummy.
They were like, "It's a gummy bear." Quick cry.
Stop.
Dramatic. I've always had a flair.
Dramatic. A little bit, but even still, like, it was in your mind that it was a real bug, so I get that.
No.
Yeah, no.
So
Survivor, yeah. We want to think about it in, like, terms of March Madness, because that's, like, our only real March Madness in this house, because we're not watching...
Yeah, we're not going to watch March Madness, so we figured we could, like, do our top picks.
Yeah, we want to, by the end of next week, or when do you think?
I think by the end of next week's episode, because we don't know.
What we want to do is
there's 2 or 3 that I really like, but I honestly don't remember their names. I really like the special education teacher.
Coach Q, Soda. That's the special education teacher. Her name is Soda.
Soda was singing.
Soda was low-key annoying to me, but I understood it. Like, you do need morale in your camp.
You do.
But if I don't have a fire and I'm not eating, I'm going to be pissed off. Like, I'm not going to be happy. And I don't want to sing with you at that moment. So, like,
what does that take you back to? A time in our history together.
Does it?
Camp.
Remind me. Oh, camp. Yeah, summer camp. My goodness, I love summer camp. We didn't go to the same one though.
We did go to the same one.
Did. We had different experiences because you should have seen the look she just gave me.
I hated summer camp.
Because when I said I love summer camp, she did not But I did like the sing-songiness at camp, but you know what? They were feeding us and, like, gave us a shelter, and I wasn't cold or wet.
Yeah, that's true. And you would have to sing songs for your dinner. Sing for your supper, sis.
I did sing for my supper. My favorite camp song from supper was, everybody's doing it, doing it, doing it, picking their nose and chewing it, chewing it, chewing it, thinking it's candy, but it's not. It's a great big booger all covered in snot. That is so gross.
That is so nasty. That's what
the fact that
but
they
the
made.
thing is, I think they're like teenagers or like early adults, like leading that
We
camp.
would
leading
line
all
up
this.
for mess hall to sing, to eat our supper,
Sing
and
for
have
your
to
supper!
sing that song about boogers.
I haven't had to sing for my supper since I worked at another place, and you know what? I'll never do that again.
We don't miss it. And she doesn't miss summer camp.
I don't miss summer camp. Summer camp was not the best for me.
Camp? Yeah.
Camp, wish I could.
Camp, wish I could. That is so funny. So yeah, so our goal is to come up with our top 5, and we'll keep like a little record, and we'll see if any of them make it or win Survivor. Any of our top 5 win Survivor.
But I will say the guy that went home first was
Coach Q is the other one that I like, and then what was his name? I can't remember. Okay, it'll come to me.
Yeah.
But they were on the same tribe.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. He was like
Banai or something like that, maybe. But I don't know.
Yeah, he was amazing. I
Yeah,
really
he
liked
was
him.
great.
We'll have to look up their names and like write them
He
down.
was so funny in his confessional whenever the one guy gave up fully.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "You're just gonna give up? This is Survivor!" And like gave the craziest face. It was great.
He was great. I really liked his commentary.
Yeah.
He was giving so proud to be there.
Yeah.
And like that's what I want to see on Survivor. I want to
Right.
see him excited to be there because
Truly,
it could never be me.
No, never ever.
Could never be me.
Don't want it.
Yeah.
Don't want it. So yeah, that's what we'll do next time.
How do you feel about our recap?
I feel like it was really strong.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. No, so next time we'll give you our top 5.
Yeah, but next time we'll give her a top 5. No worries.
And we'll see
Yeah.
if we can like March Madness them out. Let's see who's gonna like. They're not gonna be competing each other like in brackets, but
True. Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see who actually survives.
Who is the sole survivor?
Yes, outplay, outlast.
Oh,
And I think we just outlasted the segment.
I think we did. It was really good.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Good job, babe.
Yeah, good job, babe. To you too. Thank you.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
We'll be giving you all some more stories tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
It'll be uploaded as soon as basically finished. You're getting like basically the raw cut, and
Yeah.
so please come back tomorrow.
It's a stream of consciousness.
And if you come back, please like our post, share. We are on
Don't
Instagram
forget to listen,
with
obviously.
our Instagram handle is called the Couples Couch Podcast.
Yep.
The TikTok is also called the Couples Couch Podcast, and you can find us on Spotify. Please like and share, and we'll be back with you soon.
We love you. Bye.